They talked about confidence in the Canadian huddle. The U.S. defense definitely has that offensive powerhouse, frustrated and a little tentative right now.
Going to be an extra man after that big hit. 7 goals, 7 different players. As they work from behind, Lowe puts it out to Casey Powell. Another shot. Powell not as game sharp as he was before the knee injury.
That's a knee injury usually will affect the shooting. That's the plant leg. Be much like a pitcher in baseball, planting on that leg. You just don't have the power. Prior to the injury, Casey Powell with a very, very fast shot. You can see that shot, not his fastest.
Casey Powell, of course, just exceptionally happy that he's out here. He's a tremendous player, and given the chance to play, he would not turn it down. Kid's got as much guts as anyone on the team. These are all champions. Big shot, Ryan Wade. They had a lot of looks. Finally, Ryan Wade gets his 2nd goal of the game. USA just embarrassing Canada at this point.
Chris Sanderson, lack of defense. Ryan Wade, the first 2 goals scored for the U.S. on this extra man. You'll get a great angle here. Wade from about 14 yards uses his defender, Jimmy Veltman, as a screen. You can see him tuck his stick. Watch him tuck this stick around Veltman and lifts it right next to the pipe. Beautiful location. Ryan Wade's 2nd goal. The extra man off of the foul by Tommy Fair gives the U.S. a 7-goal lead.
Quint, the other thing that is really not looking good for Canada, when you look at overall stats for the tournament, this was their quarter. This is the quarter they dominated. The 3rd quarter is the quarter U.S. dominated. So they have a big mountain to climb if Canada's going to get back in this one. Frank Nielsen on the sideline trying to figure it out, asking his team to play like a team. Blake Miller, number 26. All-American from Hofstra. Timmy Sudan running with him comes on. Number 33, Lockwood, will come out in a moment.
Less than a minute. Look for the U.S. to hold here for 1 shot before halftime.
They are dominating the game 8-1. It'll be a timeout called by USA as they look to get the last shot. Good look at Mark Millen, who is leading the offense of Team USA as the returning most valuable player in the Manchester Games.
Blake and the white midfield. White midfield. Okay. Lockwood, Sudan, and Blake. All right. Hey, Charlie, you take the ball. All right. You take the ball. We're going to try and get Blake on the under 200. All right. Is that all right?
What side do you want? Where's Blake? What are you more comfortable? Right side.
Gold midfield would be perfect now. We're okay. We don't. If we lose it, we want Middies to play too. No problem.
Okay.
All right.
Gotta make the right side. Okay. Yes.
All right. So we're under, but if we don't have anything,
pull it out.
Pull it out. And listen, if we don't get anything with Blake going under, we pull it out. We get it to Mark behind. Everybody clear for him. You come lefty. All right, everybody get to the right. He'll come left.
Go right away.
No. Take your time. All right, go. 1, 2, 3. Blake.
All right, Q, break it down for us.
Keep your eyes on Blake Miller. The ball will start with Lockwood. He'll let the clock tick down a few seconds. Blake Miller off the ball will try to cut underneath. If it's not there, they'll throw the ball behind to Millen. Really the focus, the reason this midfield's in the game is they play better defense. If there's a turnover, they've got a lot of speed and they can get back to the hole and defend.
Blake Miller takes the ball from the wing and they get into their motion and their rotation. You heard Tierney talk about Lockwood starting with it, gives it to Miller. Lockwood will go down the low side. They're waiting for that time that Quint talked about. They want to work this play in about 15 seconds. They don't want to give Canada any chance to come back and score on the other end. Driving in on one side, Sanderson with a real nice save. And here goes Fennell up to Sanderson. 10 seconds, outside chance, they might get a shot. Ball goes out of bounds, and now USA will have another opportunity to put one on Chris Sanderson. Big throw from way out front. And that'll be it for the 2nd quarter. So after the 1 goal for Canada, it was a huge run. 8 straight for Team USA. They lead 8-1 at the half.
nothing he can do about most of these goals. Millen with the outside shot, but the rebound kicks directly to Curry. And look at the Canadian defense, real-footed. Curry with all day. No one there defensively for Canada. We talked about the swarming, speedy defense of the U.S. Right there, an example of how the Canadians are standing around and watching.
Rodney Tapping defense there. Face-off specialist, so maybe not the matchup they wanted. Here they go again. Andy Ross, great speed. They'll have a fast break. Far left, big shot. Millen, goal number 10, and the USA is squashing Canada. They lead by 9. A penalty flag on John Tavares, and Canada starting to get a little bit chippy on the defense.
Textbook fast break. You'll see Andy Ross with the great speed out of the Naval Academy, kicks the ball to his left, Billy Miller, and he just pushes it far side to Millen. That is a classic fast break. You set up in a box, get the ball to your point man, who's your best passer, and then down low to the guy who can stick it in the back of the net. Again, Steve Fennell, number 5 for Canada, has to play 2 men on that play. He's got Millen on the far side or the right-handed attackman, Michael Watson on the near side, and it's an easy pass for Bill Miller to slice through that defense.
You know, the funny thing, though, Quint, the defenseman on the other side did not slide, so Fennell did not have to move. You should wait for that defenseman to leave the right-handed shooter, and that guy was not going anywhere. So basically what he did was leave Millen wide open. 2 straight goals to open up the second half. If the mountain wasn't high enough, look at this. They've got 9 goals to match before they tie the game. Well, extra man United States, but there are 6 players on the field, so I don't know about that. It's extra man, I'm sorry, United States, right. So they're killing time. My fault there. They're short right now. And you know, these Canadians, Quint, as you and I both know, can score when they're a man short. They will push it to the goal if they think they've got a little bit of a seam.
The Canadians can score quickly, but Billy Miller, this was the right way for you guys to start the second half. No letdown.
Same things we talked about last game. We want to come out on fire every whistle of every quarter. We want to win each quarter 1 quarter at a time. That's what we did here.
Talk to me about your pass on that fast break.
We've had a bunch of passes where I just dumped it down the wall. I hit a couple shots early. And I noticed on the last one, Mark made mention to me that the guy's going early on the slide. So I gave it a look. He had gone early, and Marky was wide open. He made a great shot.
Billy Miller with that last assist. The U.S. up 10-1 right now. You talked about a potential letdown. Well, they've scored 2 goals here in this third quarter.
And they have had huge third quarters. They've owned this tournament. Gary Gait coming in, and it's Sal Ocasio again making the big save. Not great location on the shot, but credit Sal with another big save. Gary, feeling the pressure, comes in again and puts it right in his stick again. Quinton had 2 pretty good shots. Credit Sal, but location was pretty average on that. He put it right in his stick almost twice in a row.
Well, Sal's like a big bullfrog sitting back there on his lily pad, picking flies out of the air. When you shoot high up by his stick, that's an easy save for Sal with those quick hands.
So once again, Lacrosse shuts the door on Canada. Gait really applying a little more pressure than we saw in the first quarter. And I think with a better shot, off stick, possibly high-low, but that one sort of right in the picking range for the great one, Sal Ocasio. McCabe fakes to go to Sal Ocasio and rolls around. They've outshot their opponents 80-31 in the third quarter. I talked about the dominance. This has been a huge quarter for this team, USA, that is really a fit team from top to bottom. Darren Lowe, Steve Toll really giving him some lumber. Curry slicing through, getting the feed, and then just missing that 6x6 goal. 5 minutes into this quarter, the mountain's higher. 9 goals to make up for Canada. USA really looking smooth as Millen brings it around. Fennell now applying some checks. Showcasing the wheels. Ryan Wade set up a little pick for him. Now Ryan Wade will take it. Looks this left-handed shot primarily.
This is the matchup they want. It's Matty Shear on defense. Wade should be able to shake Shear.
Curry working against Veltman. Now David Lowe behind. And Toll's got him. The professional Canadian hockey player. Wade coming real high in the midfield looking for the ball, and now he gets it. And there's that matchup. Shear. He's pulling Shear way out too far. Shear, the left hand, he's trying to cut off his left hand so they can't move that way. They can take a right-handed shot. Slide comes hard, and that's the kind of slide package Belton was talking about. Quint, that was a well-timed slide.
That's right, Darren Reisick, number 32 for Canada. As soon as Wade planted and turned his back to the defense, Reisick slid, double-teamed him, forcing the turnover. We've seen about 17 turnovers.
Ball comes down to the offensive end of the field for Canada. Bill Tierney just working the sidelines.
91!
Jenner with the ball. They're calling because it was a hidden ball trick. Canada does that so well. Tierney calling out where the ball was. They are so deceptive with that hidden ball trick. Chris Gill trying to get first a good shot and then possibly a goal, this team from Canada. Blake Miller playing Chris Gill. Gary Gate well behind the goal, trying to get it, but Volker marking him very easily. Brushy now playing defense. And once again, Maricek not a factor. Maricek being shut off by Morrow. I tell you, Quint, that could be as easy as it is, I think, on this Canadian team. You know, they're not deep on offense, and the attack in the field probably their weakest of the three positions. And I'm sure Tierney thought that if you can cut off the head of the monster, you cut off Maricek, just take him out of the game, your chances of winning are pretty good.
Maricek has been their quarterback. 15 assists coming in, which is really by far the most on this team. Tavares second on the team with an assist with only 7. So you stop Tommy Maricek, you stop his distribution, and that really suffocates a lot of the other players.
No goals in 44 minutes for Canada. That has to be a record. And what kind of success could you expect from USA other than that? Just about basically, Quint, shutting them out. They've shut them out in 6-on-6 play. When they're even up, they have nothing. None. 0. That is amazing. Robbie Sheck with the ball. Jenner locking up on him. Sheck with a running shot. And again, Sanderson comes up with a pretty nifty save on about a 100-mile-an-hour shot. Tom Fair blocks it, but the ball checked out by Watson. Watson inbounds. Hubbard loves that position on the field. He's got a tremendous right-handed shot. This is Sudan looking over the placement of the players. Big move now against Jenner, the young kid. Up top, though, Hubbard. He's got a huge right hand. But again, Sanderson gets a piece, comes back out.
That one might have pegged the pipe. Hubbard with that right-handed cannon from about 12 yards. But the U.S. getting all the loose balls, getting second and third chance opportunities.
Casey Powell is in front. Fennell on him.
You got a minute. 2-4 has won. You're killing us. Unnecessary. 2-4. 2-4. 24 has won.
Okay, an unnecessary roughness on Toll.
Watch Toll late after this ball shot and goes out of bounds. You'll see it right here. He comes up late and high. Not yet, not yet. Right there it is. Can hardly see it on that replay. Too late. The official, who's about 30 or 40 yards away, had to make that call. It's a full-minute penalty.
Curry down low. They've got Watson there and Casey Powell behind. Low up top, Curry. Nobody in front of Curry. He just takes 2 big steps and blisters rope. 11-1, 2 goals for Curry. This is about as bad as you could expect if you're a Canadian fan. USA showed total dominance, basically shutting out Canada, and right now leading 11-1.
This has gone from bad to worse for the Canadians. David Curry with absolute target practice against Sanderson. There's not a Canadian jersey within 5 yards of him, and watch him just put that in an impossible place for Sanderson to make that save. You cannot defensively stand around like that and allow David Curry that kind of time and room. Unbelievable. U.S. just dominating, the Canadians rolling over here in the third quarter.
Timeout called by Canada. 9:46 left in the third. They have a long way to go to even get into the game. U.S. dominating as return champions. We've got more time and still enough for the Canadian offense to get going. Stay with us.
You know how you hear some words and you think you've seen them before? Investments. Right. They manage money. Serious. Then you see them again. Performance. Here. There. just any mutual fund. Yeah, that's it. Warburg Pincus Mutual Funds. They manage money. Right.
Warburg Pincus Family of Funds.
Hello, I'm Linda Kotz of Jones Communications. Jones Communications wants to unchain your brain with Knowledge TV. Learn about the latest software, brush up on a foreign language, discover how the internet can help your business, or witness medical breakthroughs that make your life better. Knowledge TV, just another part of Jones Communications' continuing efforts to bring you outstanding programming and guaranteed customer satisfaction. Jones Communications, a new commitment, a new kind of cable company.
Jones Communications wants to save you money with cable value coupons like
save on new overstuffed and low-fat light pitas at Jerry's Subs and Pizza. Save up to $100 from Severin Roofing and Chimney Service. Call TLC for custom sprinklers and landscape lighting. 10% off carpet and upholstery cleaning from Stanley Steamer. Save big on your subscription to Afro-American newspaper.
Jones Communications wants to save you money. This month, when you get your Jones Communications cable bill, you'll get a nice bonus.
Back in historic Homewood Field. Jacobs again with a big face-off as USA continues to dominate third quarters. This is McCabe trying to add to the 11-1 score. The United States leads Leaf Elsmo Quint-Kesnick championship lacrosse action. And Team USA really causing the Canadian drought. They haven't scored in 47 minutes. That is some kind of a record. This team, if nothing else, Quint, is built on offense. Credit Bill Tierney and his coaching staff. They have built a beautiful plan.
Leaf, I've got Mark Millen, one of the two goal scorers for the U.S. The defense playing so well right now. Offensively, you guys seem so in sync. What changed from the first time you played the Canadians?
I think we're just running a little harder. We're moving the ball a little better. Our cuts are harder. And I think the biggest thing is, when I talked to you the other night, we're finishing our shots. Chris made a lot of saves the other night. He made 29 saves, and I think we're shooting a lot better. So, you know, if you finish your shots, that's why the scoreboard shows 11-1.
You guys now going to work the ball around, be a little more patient, or just stay with the attack?
I think we're going to stay with the attack. I'm sure a little later on, maybe in the fourth quarter, we'll start to slow it down. But this Canadian team's explosive. They can score a lot of goals, so we're not done yet.
Mark Millen, 2 goals so far tonight.
Tavares trying to get a shot left side, trying to juke inside 2 players. He's fouled on the play. And that'll give them a 6-on-5 advantage. A lot of things that second guess in this game. Tavares really pushing toward the net, but Quint,
Tavares has impressed me in this tournament. 8 goals, 7 assists. Di Tommaso with the slashing call. He gets him up in the helmet and the shoulder area. Again, watch Tavares, the cagey lefty, just dumped to the turf with a slash. You need a spark if you're the Canadians, and on the extra man, it's a great time for them to get a little spark.
And there's Gary Gait parked on the back door. They had him starting behind, and when all the attention was on the right-hand shooting side, this predominantly lefty team got it down to Gary Gait, and he finally finishes one. That's the second extra man goal. They still have not scored 6-on-6 against USA. And the timeout.
And the Canadian coaching staff calls timeout. That penalty is not released, so there's still quite a bit of time. We will face it off after this timeout. But a smart play by the Canadian coaching staff.
So it was a feed to the back door, no look feed, one fake high, goes low, beats Sal. When we come back, 11-2 USA.
Try to imagine every major lacrosse association becoming one, bringing you a better game. Lacrosse. There's no I in team, just us. U.S. Lacrosse. Imagine what we can do together.
To join, call U.S. Lacrosse today at 410-235-6882. Get Lacrosse Magazine and the new quarterly Lax Mag for kids, plus other benefits for the player, coach, official, and fan.
U.S. Lacrosse. Make the team a winner.
Papa John's way. Their way. Our secret ingredient. And theirs. You see, most pizza delivery chains use dehydrated paste to make their sauce. Papa John's uses sauce made from vine-ripened tomatoes the day they're picked, then sent on to our stores. We believe better ingredients make a better pizza. That's why there's everyone else's pizza and Papa John's.
Get a large pizza with up to 5 toppings for $10.99 and your second pizza for $6.
Like raptors, they prowl unopposed through the street, for nothing from Europe doth dare to compete. Their engineers cower and cry in their beer when faced with the new Motor Trend Import Car of the Year, the Lexus GS 300 and 400. Come see them overwhelm and underprice their leading competitors today at nearby Len Stoller Lexus in Owings Mills and Lexus of Annapolis.
Face-off, still man up for Canada. They have to get possession, and Jacobs has been tough to beat in the face-off circle of late. Ball being pushed around, tap back with Sanderson. And they'll try to get another shot if they hurry. Tap gets it all the way up to Gary Gate. Now they'll reset. They call a timeout because the time was not up on the penalty. They scored 1, now they'll try to score 2.
Less than 10 seconds to go in the penalty.
They're sure taking their time. See if they get one shot. Gill to the right-handed shooter. Back up top and blocked beautifully by USA. Paul Gate's gonna let it rip, and he takes it off the iron. Whoa, that rang the bell. Paul Gate just missing. Teams at even strength. That was the shot, and they did not hit the net. Still half possession. Gary Gate gets it behind to Chris Gill. Teams at even strength.
That's right. You can see Paulie Gate, 10 stitches in his chin in the semifinal game against Australia.
Underhand shot. Beautiful save by Lacrosse. He read it all the way and was there just to block it up. Push call, hold call, goes back to Canadian offense. Down by 9, 6.5 minutes in the third quarter. Big matchups as you look at Paul Gate, number 19 behind the referee. Volker doing a good job on Gate. Marechek now with the ball. Morrow has kept it out of his stick most of the night. Another big move by Paul Gate, trying to get a shot around the back. Doesn't find the mark yet. They'll get maybe their first 3-shot offense of the night. Paul Gate up top to Gary. Gary in the middle. He's got Paul to his left. Here goes Paul Gate with another rocket. This one blocked again by Sal Lacrosse. Great job by the goalie for Team USA. They put some heat on him that time. Lacrosse coming up huge. Push call against Canada. Toll on the far side with Darren Lowe.
You can see Lacrosse right there pumping his fist. Huge possession for him. He faced about 3 or 4 shots from the Gate brothers, 1 off the iron, and then 3 saves. By far his best series since early in this game. He really hasn't been tested in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
I think that's exactly.
But he's still sharp. He's maintained his focus and his concentration. Sometimes very difficult for a goalie.
Remember that first 4 minutes, Canada had a lot of shots about 3 feet from him, right in his face. They could have scored 2 or 3. They didn't, and the defense stiffened up from there. USA diving in. Phil Miller somehow